Hello tout le monde, c'est Mio, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve pour l'épisode 51 de Tales of Arise. Alors les amis, dans le dernier épisode, on a eu énormément d'histoires et on est arrivé sur du coup une sorte de planète en forme de satellite un peu. Et donc on a rencontré la population d'ici qui sont visiblement, alors il y a des êtres humains, mais il y a aussi ça qui s'appelle Everect 35 et c'est alors comment ça s'appelle déjà, Elgan je sais pas quoi, bref, ça porte un nom spécial et ce sont les vrais habitants de Rena, donc les vrais Réniens. On a appris énormément de choses au niveau de l'histoire. Et donc, lui, là, il est en train de mourir. Et il nous demande de l'aide. Donc, il nous a expliqué que celui qui contrôle Rena s'appelle le Grand Esprit, en fait. Et du coup, il voudrait qu'on aille lui botter les fesses. Mais c'est aussi dans notre intérêt. Donc voilà où on en était. Alors attendez, je vais lire le résumé parce que ça fait un petit moment que j'ai pas joué. Du coup, j'ai plus trop. Là, je vous ai dit les grandes lignes hein, à l'arrache. Voilà, la base céleste de Dekfezol. Les compagnons rencontrent alors Everect 35, un être mourant qui leur apprend que le véritable souverain de Rena est le Grand Esprit, l'incarnation de la volonté de la planète. Bah voilà, c'est un peu ce que je vous expliquais. Everect 35 leur propose de réparer leur vaisseau à condition qu'ils acceptent de le débarrasser du Grand Esprit une bonne fois pour toutes, ce qui fait débat dans le groupe. Ouais, voilà, parce qu'en fait le Grand Esprit, clairement, il est tellement puissant qu'il peut nous terrasser et du coup, bah nous, c'est notre intérêt, c'est que bah ouais, il va réparer notre vaisseau, donc on va pas avoir trop le choix parce que sinon on est coincé ici. Donc après Alphen il avait dit je préfère pourrir ici, enfin en gros que de faire ce que t'as envie quoi, que genre tu me donnes pas des ordres quoi. Sauf que bah en fait ouais il nous a mis une bonne carotte sous le nez là, donc on va pas avoir trop le choix, hein, on va bouger nos fesses, donc let's go les amis. Et comme d'hab bah, j'espère que vous allez très bien. Attendez que je regarde un petit peu au niveau de mon équipement. Oh ça y est, j'ai perdu les boutons. Non, mes compétences. Bah non, je peux rien faire. Parce que c'est vrai qu'on n'a même pas fait un seul combat dans le dernier épisode. C'était que du blabla. Bon, c'est cool, mais... Mais bon, j'aime bien me battre. Il va falloir un bout de temps pour remettre à neuf votre vaisseau. Vous devriez en profiter pour vous reposer. Bah oui, si tu veux. Hein, on commence, on va dormir déjà. Ah. Doalim.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
Ah oui, c'est vrai. Les Réniens.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
C'est en fait des Daniens qui ont été capturés.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
Ouais, c'est pas
But
faux.
you still intend to confront this truth head on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you. Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Moi aussi, j'aime bien. Allez, à eux deux.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Il est trop mignon.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Hefrick 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me. To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
Allez, embrassez-vous, qu'on s'arrête là. Bon, allez, next, moi je veux voir Shion et Alphen. Wow.
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Shion?
Same as you. Still trying to absorb everything.
Ils sont trop beaux.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? Although that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do.
Non. Non. Non.
Like Hevrecht 35 said,
Non, non.
the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything that
Listen,
we've...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both
Oh, la
worlds.
musique.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Cool.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helgenquil
Elgon
after all.
kills, voilà.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Ça, c'est
Wait,
cool.
should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the
mais
planet.
après on fait comment?
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy.
Oui.
Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
Let's go. Vous êtes prêts les gars? Et ça veut dire qu'après c'est terminé? Je pourrais plus retourner faire mes missions? Non, c'est ça. Bah, de toute façon, j'ai pas le choix. Zone d'embarquement. Décollage. S'envoler pour Rena. Est-ce que j'ai le choix de toute manière? Je vais pas rester pour rire ici, hein. Oh les gars. Ces cinématiques, elles étaient tellement mignonnes. J'adore.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
Non,
I
venez, on
guess
se
this means
casse.
we should give that warp drive a spin.
Allez. Let's go. C'est trop beau. Oh la vache. Ah d'accord. Ça y est, on est sur Rena là?
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting, this world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
Ouais, bah, c'est bien triste. Ça me fait penser à FF7. Toute la Mako est aspirée.
So this is Rena.
Bref.
This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate, ever.
Rena, la planète morte.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something.
Le défi de toute une vie.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
we might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
Yes. Combler le fossé.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different as someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day...
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Bah oui. Regardez-moi ce faisceau lumineux. Il est trop stylé. Ok, je peux retourner au vaisseau. Et il y a 3 passages. Vous êtes prêts les amis, on y va. Ah ah, ça commence là, allez hop. Donc là-bas c'est le principal je suppose. Moi je vais partout. Ah bah je vais nulle part surtout. Attends, je vais regarder. Ah bon bah d'accord. Ah bah oui, n'importe quoi. Ils sont éteints, celui-là il est allumé. Et là je peux tomber. Ça fait quoi si je tombe? Ah, je peux pas. Oh je vais me suicider, comment je fais? Ah, bon bah je le fais pas. Allez, go. J'espère que c'est pas un sorte de labyrinthe. Parce que j'ai aucun sens de l'orientation.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Des projets pour la retraite. Non mais lol.
I wonder what Helganquil civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Question de taille.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
Oh,
What?
lui.
No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Ouais, s'il te plaît.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking maybe meat.
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle.
Ow! Seriously, what the hell?
Disperser le troupeau.
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zoogles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zoogles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zoogles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zoogles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zoogles aren't so different after all.
Eh oui. Ils ont rien demandé à personne. Ok, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Pourquoi il y a une moitié bleue, une moitié rose? Bref, let's go. Oh, quel accueil.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
Pas le choix. 53!
I knew there was something off here.
They're not
Merde. Oh putain, ça y
We
est.
have no
Faut jouer,
choice
faut
but to
jouer.
beat them at their own game.
Now you see what I can do.
Fall into thy
I owe you one.
Water, hear my call!
Iron Cleaver!
Will this help?
No further!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Healing circle!
Okay, here I go.
Captivity!
Leave the enemy's arc to me! Here!
No complaints here.
Do it! Raging
Light burst forth!
Radiant Denison! You don't mess around.
Here I come!
Certainly not.
Reload! Lightning Lord!
Benediction
I'm ready!
It's too much.
Hey, one at a time!
Megasonic Thrust!
Got
Here!
Blast out, God!
No
Sleep
escape!
now!
Not today!
Down on the ground!
Let's get you
The
out!
Sword
Where
Rain
are you
Alpha!
going?
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep, and we can do this!
Take
Impressive fervor, little one.
You must be tired of healing me.
I'm merely doing what I
Here
can
go.
to help.
Glad
Do
you're
it!
on up.
Xion! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! A flawless victory!
Lightning Thrust!
Naturally!
Nothing gets by me!
Raging
Down on the ground.
Denied!
Great spear! Gaze in the wind! Air thrust!
We can't get out of this!
Photon!
Iron
Do
Cleaver!
it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Astral energy! Illuminate the rise! Come forth!
Eat
Tiens, prends ça. Ah non, j'ai loupé.
Another incantation ruin.
Oh yeah. Je pensais que j'étais morte. Mais niveau 53, je suis pas sûre.
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
L'héritage des Elganki.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegus, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for?
Mais déjà, comment ils font pour respirer ici? En vrai. Il n'y a aucune plante, aucune... Enfin, il n'y a rien. Ils respirent comment? Ils respirent quoi, surtout?
We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe and hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have.
En route vers le centre.
Just look at the size of that thing. The Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years, oh, even before that, just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
regarding the past 3 centuries at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
Bah, ils ont des
If it works
téléporteurs,
for
là.
them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
Mais ils ont des moyens de se TP de toute manière, on en a utilisé. Ils sont bêtes ou quoi Ils disent n'importe quoi. Bref, je viens de là, d'accord. Allez, ne soyez pas le level 65 s'il vous plaît. T'as une très belle crinière toi. 50-52.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Attack time!
You got
Okay, here I go.
Merde.
Here's a healing and run drinks around us.
I'm not done! Barrier! Now I can let loose.
Gemini Aqua!
Leave the door!
Is this it? I couldn't make it in time.
Where are you going? Here goes!
Oh, je fais n'importe.
Confiscated! Lunar corruption! Lunar blast! Back into the fray!
From prepare to be
Lightning
seen.
orb! Photon raging cascade!
There!
Mega ray! Annihilation!
Ah, je me suis mis le temps à chaque
Radiant
fois.
to back! Stand back!
I'll trip it up.
No escape! Now I can let loose.
Being interrupted. Allow me to help.
Strike!
Pierce the evil!
Sword rain alpha!
Illuminate the dark!
Rising falcon! Be still! Rising shattering of pieces!
Here I go! And again! Raging mega ray!
Burn in hell!
By the power
You'll
of
find
water!
no mercy.
Sword rain alpha!
Now!
Allez,
This
à moi.
ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right beside you! Lightning denied!
Sword rain alpha!
Can't get out of this.
Air
Try
drop!
this.
Don't mind if I do!
Infernal torrent! Sword rain alpha!
Allez, salut.
This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash.
Désolé les gars, les combats c'est un petit peu... c'est un petit peu
So I still
laborieux
had
parce
room to
que...
grow.
Disons que j'ai enchaîné Crisis Core, donc un autre jeu, et du coup, libre arbitre. Du coup, j'ai perdu un peu les boutons.
I
Les
wonder how the
commandes.
Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danans?
I'd say it's likely, which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danans. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danans too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Shion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
Ok.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this
No.
whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
Ouais, sauf qu'on va s'écraser contre le plafond là, c'est pas juste. À moins qu'on descende. On va descendre, bah oui, bah n'importe. Oh là là. Je m'en peux plus. N'importe quoi. Oui, on va au centre de la planète, donc forcément on descend. Niveau supérieur. Hein? Bah, je croyais qu'on descendait. Hein? Ah bon? Ah bah oui, on descend, c'est bien ce que je dis.
Less worry, more action. Concentrate. Primed and ready. To bring you down. I'm not so good with airport targets.
Burn it! Anything in armor is all mine!
Hear my call.
Oh merde.
Pierce evil. Raging cascade.
Burn in hell!
Oh non, j'ai loupé. Tu mytho.
Us away. Hear me.
Rising falcon!
Burning strike. Thunder field. Pierce evil.
I'm not done!
A banana. Break
Rising falcon!
Sleep now.
I'm not done!
This!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alphen.
Take this!
First aid.
Backing in! Elusive
Et prends là là, tous les gens à l'air, comme par hasard.
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Don't mind if I do.
Here I come!
Negative J!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Burning
Stalagmite!
Rising Falcon!
evil.
We did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that was improved.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Leon actually look.
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
More Sukos?
Keep calm and take them down.
Thunder field! Hey, unleashed in the wind!
On your knees.
Sleep now. Where are you going?
Let's get you all tucked
In a
away.
bind? I'm ready! Get
On va se les faire.
Say no more!
Well done.
More of them? Rising Falcon!
Resonate with the earth!
That'll
Et
bring you
toi,
down.
hâte de voler.
Stalagmite! Ready to go! I'm ready!
Astral
Allez.
energy.
Say no more!
Water, hear my call.
Je m'éclate. Je kiffe ce jeu. J'en ai marre, c'est trop bien.
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Not a chance!
Reinforcements?
Water, hear my
Rising
call!
Falcon!
Can you take it?
Et
Ignite!
purée. Ah, c'est bon.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Illuminate the dark.
You're mine!
Come forth, only now. Astral energy, full throttle.
A flawless victory.
Shattering the...
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to
Comment on les enchaîne.
My turn! I can carve through armor!
Not in your dreams.
That'll bring you down! If it's in the sky, it's
Rising
mine!
Falcon!
That'll bring you down!
Strut!
Take this!
Sword Rain Alpha! You picked the wrong fight!
Watch and
Sword Rain Alpha!
It looks like you got this one. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! I'm ready! Thoroughly! In an instant! Impact Block! Sword Rain
C'est
Alpha!
trop stylé.
Take this!
Raging cascade.
Rising Falcon!
Magic is on. Air thrust. Photon flux now.
Nothing gets you!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Ah, j'adore.
Hear the flame of fury. Raging cascade.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Stand to the wind.
I'm
In
not...
here. Get on.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Lunar corruption. Raging cascade.
Try this!
In here.
Not today!
This looks handy. Burning
Sword Rain Alpha! Great! Next!
field.
You're mine!
Blood. Get on in there with you.
Sword Rain Alpha! No further! Be still! Cut!
Fresh.
I can't lay a finger on
All
this!
day.
I prefer it that
Sword
way.
Rain Alpha!
Now.
About you.
Just
Get toasty.
burn strike!
There.
My turn! You're mine!
I never miss.
I'll
Not
take
in
you,
your
it's all
dreams.
mine! Sword Rain Alpha! Ignite!
Ils prennent tellement cher.
I'm not...
Now you see what I can do!
My astral energy now. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Fini. Ah, c'était jouissif. Les amis, c'était trop bien.
I've
J'ai
been doing really great lately.
trop kiffé. J'en veux encore. J'en veux encore. On est où? Ah non, vas-y. J'avais encore une...
Even in such a
Ah, pardon, Dolly. Tu disais?
harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogles somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them.
Oh ouais, mais là, c'était trop kiffant. C'est quoi ça?
You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
Oh,
If that's
coucou.
true, and if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious when you say that.
Ok.
Get toasty.
Burn strike!
Astral energy. Full throttle. A flawless. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes! A merry.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Voilà. Ça c'est fait.
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
Ok, on va faire ça. Ouais. Ça, non, non. Et voilà. Je vais attendre avant de prendre quelque chose.
Go for it! Prepare to crumble! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
Yes.
Well, am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
Je vais prendre une petite... Ok.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
Bah si, t'inquiète, il guette. Hein. Asto de la bête. Du coup, je vais regarder un peu leurs arts, si je peux changer un peu. Ok, donc j'ai mis des arts à tout le monde. Voilà. Attends. Ouais, je vais aller là d'abord. Je vais aller ici voir ce qu'il y a avant de descendre quand même. Ah oui, 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 oui. Ouah. Allez, c'est parti.
Frozen! Hammer!
Game over. Allez. Non mais oh.
I felt better, that's for sure.
Qu'est-ce que tu me caches? Pourpoint canin.
That equipment should come in handy.
C'est à lui. Oh oui, je dis oui. On va attendre un petit peu avant de se remettre des PS. Hop, et puis il y a ça. Ok. Bon, on les laisse ensemble. T'es à fond là, Alphen, tu peux pas descendre plus vite, genre. Bon, bref. Ah, il n'y a que dalle. Ah, c'est une fin, d'accord. Oh, bonjour. Bonjour. D'accord.
It's
Oh.
time to finish this!
Oui, vas-y. Énerve-toi.
Consuming wildfire! Frozen! Hammer!
Voilà, ça c'est bon. C'est très bien.
We may be a touch beyond our depth.
Par
We
contre,
barely got a look at the thing.
on est un peu en train de crever quand même. Bah de toute façon, j'ai pas le choix. Il y a un coffre
These
là-bas.
structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite,
J'avoue,
given their
c'est
situation.
spécial.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrect 35 about it sometime.
Oui, si on sort de là vivant, tu pourras lui demander. Il y a un petit coffre là-bas qui est mignon, comme tout, qui demande juste à être chopé. Allez,
Astral
salut.
energy! Full throttle!
Ouais, c'est un peu nul à chier ce que j'ai fait. Allez les gars,
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
que de me donner des trucs comme ça là. Donnez-moi plutôt des soins là, des sous, ouais c'est bien, mais il n'y a plus de marchands là. Donc super. Wow, bonjour. D'accord. Mais non, faut pas qu'on se batte.
Be easy. Don't be such a pessimist.
Ah ouais.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be more careful. Any more of this and I'll burn out. In an instant! Impact rock!
Allez, dégage-toi déjà.
Finally timed waltz.
Burn in hell!
2-2.
I'm ready!
Ok les gars.
Blow them away!
Voilà. Allez, salut les Elgan Kills.
I've
Désolé,
used a
mais...
bit too much healing.
Ouais. Ça craint. J'en ai de moins en moins. Ça pique, ça pique. Oh, toi tu piques. Oh, 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 monsieur, attends, j'ai vu un chemin par là. Oh, oh, oh non. J'ai pas le
Those
choix.
thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way.
Ça vaut le coup de faire. Cap sacré, oui,
Hey,
ça vaut
new
le coup.
equipment.
C'est pour qui? Cap sacré. Vas-y. C'est qui d'autre qui a une cape? C'est lui, mais c'est pas la même. Ok. Ça valait le coup. Large. On va peut-être save un petit coup parce que, bon, 86 heures de jeu. Bonjour. C'est pour acheter des potions.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Can't get out of
Iron Cleaver!
Lightning is trying to heal you all.
Infernal Turret!
Illuminate the food. Careful. He has some kind of camouflage.
Oh non, il se cache.
You're finished!
Je te vois, je m'en fous. Caméléon.
Leave the target for me! You picked the wrong fight!
Allow me to help you.
Je vais mourir. La 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 la.
Down on the
This
ground.
one's mine.
Hitting pile driver.
Ah!
Mais il m'a coupé dans mon attaque.
Seismic lecture. Now I can let them ride.
Oh non, il est parti. Oh oui, elle a plein de nouveaux trucs.
Ready and rare. Now you see what I can do. Take this. I'll grind you to stuff. You require a hand.
No further! Stay away from my friend!
Oh non, River.
Imbue
The
this
flame inside me!
vanquished
Yours
soul.
Et
to be let
bam,
more than
bam,
burn out!
bam. Et tiens, prends ça, ça va te calmer un peu ta vie là.
Tornado drive. Reflect on thy sins. They smite with black and
Eternal devastation!
charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to
Loupé, loupé, loupé. Tiens, essaye de louper ça quoi.
No more playing nice.
Resonate with the earth.
This one's over! It's too much!
Et prends ça.
Lightning, downfall.
Air pressure.
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Stalagmite.
Eternal
Throbbing
devastation!
pain. Can't get out of this.
Oh oh. Attends, Rinwell elle est morte et on peut pas la réa.
Lunar corruption. Lunar blast.
Rotating pile
Ah
drive.
ah
From death's abyss.
ah. Oh non. Il m'a eu.
I'll bring you back from
leave the
death's abyss.
chargers to me.
Ouais, merci.
Denied.
Oh non, il a tapé chien. Ah non,
Not
c'est bon.
done yet!
By the power of flame.
Ready and rare!
Et toi, mais meurs un peu dans ta vie.
You soaring
I'm
blast.
not done!
No dawn shall break this
Try
night.
this!
Tornado
Tiens, calme-toi.
Glacial spear. Here's
Imbue
evil.
this vanquished soul with life.
Freeze lancer.
Resuscitation. Shine. Radiant light.
Eternal devastation!
Shine. Radiant light.
Water.
Force of regeneration. Regenerate. Take this.
That's my cue.
Can't get out of this.
Shut him down!
Maelstrom. Here's a healing art.
Rising
First aid.
It's in your hands now.
Shining supernova.
Rise! Try harder!
No more playing nice. Glacial spear.
Et
Illuminate.
tiens, prends ça.
Ignite!
Holy glimmer.
River!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Oh, il était puissant celui-là. J'ai galéré.
We may be a touch beyond our depth.
We barely got a look at the thing.
Oh. Pot de caméléon, mais pourquoi faire? Oh, ça craint, ça craint. Faut vraiment que je puisse faire des achats là parce que ça craint de ouf. En plus, je suis carrément loin d'être arrivé, je pense. Ok, là, on est de l'autre côté. Yes. Yo les gars.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
It's time to finish this.
Ah bah, on en a marre encore.
Die.
Vas-y, chienne.
Consuming wildfire.
Explose-les.
All yours, Kisara.
Yes. Allez, terminus.
Hammer.
Voilà. Elle est énervée, Kisara.
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Ah, purée. J'ai encore déglingué mes potions. Coucou. Oh yeah.
The earth tectonic fission.
Coming through!
What?
Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Oh non.
Say no more!
Ça aurait été trop classe de le finir sur mon move.
I think I'm getting stronger.
Ça aurait été trop classe de le finir sur mon move. Par contre là j'ai plus de vie. On est à fond là. Puissant remède, mais je m'en fous de tes remèdes. Donne-moi plutôt des objets utiles. Purée, j'ai plus que ça. Ok. Ok. Oh purée, encore. Entrer à l'intérieur de l'aréna, bah ouais, mais bon. Ils vont m'empêcher là encore. Attendez les gars, je prends juste ça et j'arrive. Voilà, je suis à vous et je vais encore perdre toute ma vie. Salut, bonjour, vous n'êtes pas obligé de vous battre en vrai, mais bon.
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
Regenerate.
Take this!
Grant me the strength to march on.
Fall into thy own depth.
Lionheart! Here I come!
Concentration.
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to
Ignite!
accomplish
A wall to shield from calamity.
Eternal devastation!
I've used too much.
Try this!
Here's a pull myself together.
Allez, un
All
moins.
yours, Kisara.
Here I come!
Elusive deity.
Strike!
Water disaster.
Double
You
demon
require
power!
air.
Like the fury.
I can carve through armor. Take this.
Crush!
Maelstrom. Confiscated. Do it.
Allez, un deuxième.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis. You don't mess around.
My turn.
Got me. One more.
Certainly not.
You picked the wrong fight!
Illuminate the
Seismic rupture.
Try this! Infernal torrent! Here I come! No
Air
escape!
pressure.
Lunar
Eternal
corruption.
devastation!
Now, Dohalim.
Allez.
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes.
Water.
My turn.
Hear my code.
Ready to go.
Far enough.
No escape!
Where are you going?
It's over!
Do it.
Et voilà.
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes.
Terminus. Tout le monde descend. Ça c'est fait.
So I still had room to grow.
Ah, un ascenseur. Il n'y a pas de... Il n'y a rien. Allez, go. Oh. Oh. Très, tout ça. Ok, bon. Bah les amis, je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là parce qu'au vu du chemin, je suis pas sortie de l'auberge. Et je pense qu'on a déjà bien avancé dans l'épisode. Donc bah, j'espère qu'il vous aura plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas à me lâcher un max de pouces bleus, à partager la vidéo et à vous abonner si ce n'est pas encore fait. On se dit à très bientôt pour la suite de ce let's play les amis. Prenez soin de vous. Bye!